Welcome back to Little Paula Horrors. I am Little Paul, and this is my channel, Little Paula Horrors. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not your first time here and you've been here before, welcome back, and thank you for returning. This channel is dedicated to horror movies and basically to individuals who enjoy them and my opinions on specific horror movies I like to talk about. So today we're going to talk about franchise that grew in the 80s, actually started in the 80s and is still around today. A franchise that is based around a doll, a scary doll, an evil doll, a murderous doll. This ain't no regular doll. This is Chucky from Child's Play. Yes. Child's Play, directed by Tom Holland, his second movie. The first movie I reviewed before from him was from Fright Night, and he decided to direct this amazing movie centered around a doll called Child's Play. He actually in this movie he brings back Chris Sarandon, who plays the detective Mike Norris, and then we have Catherine Hicks, who plays Karen Barkley, and we have Alex Vincent, who plays Andy Barkley, the little son, who wants the toy, the good guy doll, and the good guy doll is not a good guy at all. When you watch the movie, you'll understand. So this movie started filming in January of 1988 and finished filming in March of 1988. And then it was released on November 9th, 1988. And it did very well at the box office. Actually, when it first came out, the initial reviews were not so good. And actually, the test screenings were actually in the negative zone. But with a little bit of tweaking, it hit that mark. So on a budget of $9 million in 1988, it yielded a return of $44 million. And if you convert it to today's standards and today's currency, or today's rate, it would be a budget of $24 million with a $115 million return. So that's a good amount of money, which means that it did well. And it has a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's just a movie that really scares you. It has a lot of great jump scares. And the first 20 minutes, the beginning of the film, the first 20 minutes is unforgettable. Watch it and you'll see. I don't like to give out what the movie or certain scenes of the movie, because I want people to be able to watch it and to see it for themselves and to give their honest opinions about them afterwards if they can, if they wish to. So the movie itself did not come without any big problems. There were a lot of protests that happened during the film, and the protests were geared towards the fact that this movie could incite little children to become violent. And one of the major protests there, or one of the things that they were protesting against the groups itself, was a particular commercial that was being aired, or which was aired at late at night, 11:30 and afterwards, where you would see Chucky, like the back of Chucky walking down a hallway, but you would not see any killing. You would just hear a lot of screaming. So they thought that that was inappropriate, and for that not to cause any delays with the production or with the release, they decided to pull the commercial from there. So that's what they did. The movie itself, again, did not rely on CGI. It relied on animatronics. So old school. So in the 1980s, in the in the 1980s, they relied on animatronics. And in this particular movie, it took 9 puppeteers to work on Chucky. So they had made different versions of the doll, and they used different types of technologies in order to make the doll come to life. And as you watch the movie, you see that the doll goes from just being a doll to manifesting more human characteristics, especially in the face, and it being voiced by Brad Dourif. And Brad Dourif is the main character. in the movie. He does he voices the doll itself, and he also plays the role of Charles Lee Ray, who was a serial killer in the movie, and he adds so much life to this doll, and you laugh at times. It's pretty funny, and that's what I like about Tom Holland in his movies. He likes to add humor because there's it just, I don't know, makes the movie just a little bit more interesting when you add some humor to it. Or in Tom Holland's case, he adds humor. He sprinkles it around, and it's there, and you laugh at times. And Brad Dourif, as I said before, just fantastic at the voice of Chucky. And in addition to that, what I like about Tom Holland's movies, if you watch Fright Night and you watch this one as well, he loves to use shadow, and he loves to emphasize shadow and darkness at night, especially because it enhances the fear. It makes it more visceral when you're watching the movie, like your reaction towards certain scenes, like outside of the apartment building at night or inside the hallways of the apartment, the shadows that he uses and how dark it is. It really does invoke terror. So I really like the fact that he uses that as well. And so with regards to that, it's a movie that spawned 7 sequels, and right now a successful TV show called Chucky, which started in 2021, and worldwide it made $250 million. It has a fan base. It's done something right. So this is, again, all about a doll. Inventive, and look how well it did. So what do you think of what I said? What's your opinions about my opinion? Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know what you think about it. Share the channel with other people, and until the next time we chat, enjoy the show.